finally done it. I finally caved. So many of you have been waiting for so long, and who am I to deny you the right to a Yu-Gi-Oh video made by me? So as promised, the first Yu-Gi-Oh video on this channel begins now. Subscribe. Yo, what's going on, gamers? It's your boy True Pain Gaming, back at again with another video today. Today, I'm actually publishing my first Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile on the channel, and I'm super excited to show you guys this true Draco deck that I've been taking to locals and really enjoying, and I hope you guys like it too. Let's hop into the deck profile. For our monsters, we're playing 8 monsters. We're playing 3 Majesty Maiden, 3 Ignis Heat, and 2 Dynamite. Dynamite recently came off the ban list from 1 to 2, which is upping the consistency of this deck dramatically. So Dynamite's going to let you add or set your traps from deck. Majesty Maiden's going to let you add monsters, True Draco or True King monsters from your deck to your hand. And Ignis Heat will let you add or set spells from your deck to your hand or field. And they all have the same first effect, where you can tribute them by tributing a continuous spell or trap card you control. And it can be face up or face down. You just tribute them, and that would be your tribute summon. You'll be tributing those. And it is very, very powerful strategy because all of the True Draco and True King spell and traps actually have effects that when they're sent to the graveyard do things. So let's hop right into our spells. Editing Wyatt here, and as I was going through the video, I realized I forgot to shamelessly plug that only 12.6% of my viewers are subscribed. What are you doing? But for real, guys, it only takes a little bit of time to subscribe, so please subscribe. Click that button for me. Thank you. Back to the deck profile. Our spells, we play 1 Terraforming, 1 Called By, 1 Card of Demise, 2 Pot of Desires, 3 Pot of Duality, 1 Dragonic Diagram, 3 Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix, 3 True Draco Heritage, and 3 Strike of the Monarch. So, let's start with the elephant in the room, Strike of the Monarch. This was a card that I was going to play Chalice or Droplets, but this has an added effect. So it's tribute a face-up level 5 or higher normal summon / set monster, then target 1 face-up card on the field and negate that effect, its effects until the end of the turn, then draw 1 card. And so you get to basically do Chalice, but you get to draw a card. Because in this deck, you're tribute summoning your monsters anyways, and they're level 5 or higher, so that's going to be doing that. It also has a second effect where during the main phase, if this card's in your graveyard, you can banish it, declare 1 attribute. All face-up monsters on the field become that attribute until the end of the turn. That's not a quick effect, but it could come up in certain game states depending on what your opponent has or is playing. 3 True Draco Heritage. Heritage has the effect during the main phase, you can draw cards equal to the number of True Draco and True King card types, monster, spell, and trap, sent from the field to the graveyard this turn. During your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon 1 True Draco monster or True King monster face up. And then has another effect, if this card is sent from the spell trap zone to the graveyard, target 1 spell trap on the field, destroy it. And you can only use each effect once per turn. So the spells both destroy back row and then recycle / draw cards. For our Disciples is target 3 True Draco or True King cards in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, draw 1. And then after that effect resolves, you can, during your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon 1 True Draco, blah, blah, blah. And then if it's sent from the spell trap cards, destroy a spell trap your opponent controls. Dragonic Diagram is all True Draco and True King monsters on the field gain plus 300 attack and defense. The first time each tribute summon True Draco or True King monster will be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not destroyed. Once per turn, you can destroy 1 other card you control or in your hand, and if you do, add 1 True Draco or True King card from your deck to your hand. So this can search your entire deck. Now, this card is limited. If it was at anything other than limited, this card would be whatever quantity it's at in this deck. It is incredible. It searches your 7 monsters. It has protection for them, and they gain a bonus effect. It is incredible. It also searches your spell traps. 1 Terraforming, so we're effectively playing 2 Diagram. 1 Called By to stop hand traps. 1 Card of Demise because you get a draw until you have 3 cards in your hand, and you're playing a set 5 pass deck. However, your True Dracos are going to be tributing off your set the cards you set. So this card's actually going to let you draw more and set more cards. And then at the end of the turn, of course, you discard your entire hand, and your opponent takes no damage. Yeah, that, and you can only use 1%, and you cannot special summon the turn you activate it. But we're normal summoning only, and yeah. 2 Desires, because most cards in our deck are at 3 copies, with the exception of Diagram, Terraforming, and Dynamite. 3 Duality, because it's the best pot card for decks that do not normal summon. Do not special summon. So lots of spell and trap in this deck. Like I said, the True Draco, True King strategy is sort of like a Floodgate strategy, a similar deck to Eldritch. For the traps, we do play a lot of Floodgates, 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance, 3 There Can Be Only One, 3 The Monarch's Erupt, 3 True King's Return, and 3 True Draco Apocalypse. So the True Draco and True King cards. So True Draco Apocalypse, they both have the same first effect where if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you destroy a face you target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. And they both have the same second effect where during your opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon one True Draco monster. So Apocalypse has the effect that you can target one other True Draco or True King card you control, destroy it. If you do, the attack and defense of all face-up monsters your opponent controls have their attack and defense. And that is permanent. That is a permanent attack and defense half. This one comes up a lot when your opponent like access codes. You can like Apocalypse half it and like be fine. True King Return has the same second effect as Apocalypse and the same first effect where you can blow up a monster if it's sent from the field to the grave, and you can normal summon on your opponent's turn. But its first effect is you can target, or its second effect is you can target one True Draco or True King monster in your graveyard, special summon in defense position. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon. This is the only card in the deck that special summons, but it does let you. It doesn't negate the effects, so it lets you recycle your Dynamites and your Ignis Heats, and to a lesser extent your Majesty Maidens. So on to the Floodgates. I'm sure you are all familiar with most of these cards, but if you're not, I'll explain them. The Monarch's Erupt. So you activate this card only if you have no cards in your extra deck and control tribute summon monster. And when that happens, it's skill drain. So it negates all the face-up effects of monsters your opponent control, except tribute summon monsters, with the exception of tribute summon monsters. So if your opponent tribute summons, they can activate those effects. But also during your end phase, if you control no tribute summon monster, it gets sent to the graveyard. So if they out your monsters during your turn, this dies at the end phase, but they're still locked under it until the end phase. The main Floodgates I'm playing in this deck are 3 There Can Be Only One and 2 Anti-Spell. In this current format, I feel like these are the best ones for this deck to be maining. So There Can Be Only One is each player can only control one monster of each type. So type refers to what's by their effect here. So these are all worms. So I can only have one of them on the board, but I can also just tribute this off if I want to summon my other True Dracos. But it stops a lot of the best decks right now. And then 2 Anti-Spell, it's really, really powerful going first. Because a lot of the decks that like it just decimates Despia, Mystic Mine, what else? There's a lot any deck that uses relies on spell cards, and forget pendulum decks, it just blows them out of the water. So since there's no extra deck, I will show you guys the sideboard I'm running, but this varies by your locals, how or your whatever event you're playing in. But I will show you anyways. So I don't play any monsters in my side deck. I play 2 Cosmic Cyclone, just for back row removal, and it's doesn't destroy, it banishes, so that's cool. 3-Dimensional Barrier. This is for Sword Soul, and to a lesser extent Despia, because we do play the anti-spell. 3 Strike. So Strike's like, if your opponent's playing a lot of hand traps that counter you, you can play Strike. 1 Red Reboot. Red Reboot comes up in other back row heavy format decks. And then these are the other Floodgates I'm playing, just because in the main deck, I feel like it varies on what you're playing against as what you should have for the Floodgates. So I play 3 Rivalry, which each player can only control one type of monster. So it's different, and there can be only one, whereas each person can only control one of each type. Rivalry lets you only control one type. And then 3 Summon Limit. Summon Limit says neither player can summon more than 2 times in a turn. This one's really good, and I've been considering dropping Anti-Spell to 2 and putting it in the side. as well as cutting the, I believe it was, yeah, I was cutting the Monarchs Erupt down to 2 and then putting the 3 summon limit in. We're only putting 2 summon limit in. But for what's going on in most meta games, anti-spell's a little better, at least going. So that's it for the deck profile, guys. I really hope you enjoyed, and I just hope you enjoyed the Yu-Gi-Oh content that I will be putting out in the future. And yeah, if you haven't, please subscribe. Check out the links in the description down below and what you can see on screen here with the Twitch and the YouTube. And I will see you all next time. Peace.